What is going on, Eagles fans? We're back. We're finally back. We have Eagles football in our lives again. We have all 22. That means there's going to be multiple videos coming up every week of Eagles players and breakdowns of Eagles games. Thank you guys for supporting this channel throughout the last year since I started doing this. We're going to have a great season. There's going to be so much content. If you guys want to support the show, of course, you can always go to the Patreon, but everything is free regardless, so it's all up to you. Everything is going to be here anyway. Let's just get right to it. And of course, we're going to start here with the touchdown for DeVonta Smith from Hurts, the first of many. And DeVonta was asked after the game when he knew that this was going to be a touchdown. He said, as soon as I saw it was man coverage. And it's evident immediately as they lined up, man across everybody and wants safety. So Nick Sirianni does a really good job of designing this play. It's going to be a pick play, but it's going to be very subtle. So you're going to have the number one wide receiver here coming across the middle. And then DeVonta Smith is going to go up here, sort of like a wheel route, and then for the touchdown. Two things need to happen for this. One, the pick or the rub needs to be subtle. You can't initiate contact. We saw Falcons do that a lot. Two, DeVonta Smith needs to have a good get off and get quickly off the line of scrimmage, and he does that. And he follows a very beautiful angle to set up this play for success. We're going to see right here, motion inside for, I believe it's Dallas Goedert. Comes very nicely here, makes a good catch, touchdown. Now we have inverted cover 2 for the Falcons. So the safety here in the middle, who's going to resemble, sort of showing a little bit of single high. He's going to drop here into the 3-hole while these two outside corners will be dropping into deep zones. So that leaves an underneath hook to curl here and a flat to the DeVonta Smith side. He does a really good job here because the flat defender has to make a choice whether he's going to go out and bump DeVonta Smith or he's going to take on the running back as he's coming out here. So DeVonta makes this kind of look like he's going to block this guy here. And Hurts does a good job of looking down Sanders as he's coming in, and at the last second, he's going to skip to the inside, and he's open wide there in between the zones of the flat and hook to curl, make a good catch, get some yards. Now we have empty formation, cover 2 once again, and DeVonta Smith lined up in the slot here to the top. He does a really good job once again placing himself in between the flat defender and the hook to curl defender right here. It's an easy target for Hurts to get some yards. So same thing here. We got empty. We still have DeVonta Smith in the slot. This time we're going to attack it a little bit deeper. Still cover 2 zone, but instead of sitting right in between the flat and the curl, DeVonta is going to go a little bit deeper. He's going to find that square in between the flat, the curl, and the deep guy. So right there in between here, he's going to find that space wide open. Good catch, first down. So now Falcons say, screw that. No more cover 2. We're going to cover 3. Sending an extra guy deep, you have the flat defender right here. He's lined up right in front of DeVonta Smith. Once again, empty slot, and it should be easier for the Falcons here because you got the slot guy going outside right across from the flat defender. So it kind of resembles man a little bit, at least from a defensive point of view. You can view it as that. But DeVonta has a really good cut outside, explosive cut, good placement from Hurts, tippy toe to make that catch. Beautiful. So now we got man coverage. And we have DeVonta Smith man-to-man in the top right here. Good inside stutter before he's exploding outside. That inside stutter is going to leave the cornerback hesitating just a little bit instead of attacking him immediately. So then he can take that little lateral step and have a little lateral separation so the cornerback can't get his hands on him immediately. And you have another deep guy option right here from the slot to the 3 receiver side. And so if you're Hurts, if you want to take the deep shot here and you have time for it, you can stare down this cornerback right here, the safety, and then take a shot at either of them. But Smith at that point was open, so that was an option. So if you want to talk about screaming at your TV, this was me on this play. So you have DeVonta Smith down here at the bottom. Once again, I think we're running cover 2 for Atlanta, so only 2 guys are deep. And so the flat defender here, he's going to leave DeVonta. And Hurts is going to be scrambling out here. Smith reads it perfectly. And what he reads well is that he sticks to the outside. He sticks to the sideline, so he's as far away as possible from the safety. And then he just keeps seeking depth. And then as soon as you see the safety creeping over there, he's going to come a little bit back for it. Wide open. Cover 2 for the Falcons this time. We have DeVonta Smith to the top. He's going on a curl route. He does a really good job of realizing what the coverage is and placing himself relevantly to that. So as he's coming up here, he's seeking inside immediately. And he realizes this guy's flat, this guy's deep. And so when he's coming back right here and he turns, he's going to see, all right, you got the curl defender right there in front of you. I have to take a little bit of step inside to present myself as an option to Hurts, who's going to just gun it right up there in the middle. And that is very important to know that difference, because if it's cover 2 and you're not sending the pressure, you're going to have a 3-hole defender right there in that zone, and then you want to be stationary. You don't want to drift into the 3-hole defender. You want to stay right where you are. So this is a really good job by DeVonta Smith of helping his quarterback out by positioning himself relevantly as he's coming out of the break. Good job. Man coverage here for the Falcons. And so DeVonta Smith lined over here to the 3 receiver side to the inside. He's going on a little whip route. He's coming up there. Boom. Good sink of the hips. Comes outside. A good option for Hurts. Man coverage for the Falcons lineup down here at the bottom, running a slant route, a good get off here, outside shaded cornerback. That helps him a little bit, but still has that outside step before he's cutting back inside. Has some good separation right here, be able to throw the ball right there in front of him. Ball is placed a little bit behind him, and that is why he can't just extend his arms, catch the ball, and then run forward. Has to come back for the ball, and that allows 22, I believe it's Fabian Monroe, to play the ball as it's getting there for him. It's easier to see here from the box view, so we'll just let that run. One of the first throws that Jalen Hurts really made right here. So see, if you place it right there, Smith has a chance to like check out for the ball, grab it with his hands, but the cornerback can't reach it. When you put it a little bit behind him, it's not a terrible throw, and if the cornerback wasn't able to play it like this, you would expect Smith to make the catch. A little bit sharper throw there, and that will be a first down. So here, Falcons are going cover 2 once again, so 2 deep guys, and they're going to send the 5th guy in pressure as well. On this rep, so they have these 4 guys underneath, and what they're going to do when they don't have the 3-hole guys, they're going to wall off these 2 hoof to curl defenders are going to be walling off 2 and 3, whoever's crossing. So you have the flat defender and the deep defender over here. Smith does a really good job of finding that space right in between the flat and the deep guy right here. So he knows, like he saw as he was running this route, this guy's flat and this guy's deep. So he has to cut before this guy is going to be level with him. So instead of waiting a little bit and then cutting a little bit deeper, that's why he does the cut right here. So he's open to the outside. And of course, Hurts gets pressured by the 5th guy that they're sending pressure. Good disguise from them. Had he been picked up, Smith would have been a really good option. So yeah. So here we have cover 3 for Atlanta, and DeVonta Smith is lined up at the top. He's going to run a curl, and first off, it's a really good cut. It is a really good cut. The deep guy here is noticing that there's a deep guy traveling here, so he's going to leave DeVonta and then leave here. The flat defender does not carry over. He doesn't get out there. So Smith is wide open at that point. You just got to flick that one to him if you're Jalen Hurts. But even afterwards, Smith does a good job of placing himself in between the flat and the deep guy to continuously present himself as the option. Cover 3 for Atlanta. We have DeVonta Smith down here at the bottom. Greg Ward is going to be crossing the middle right here. And usually what happens when you have a guy crossing and leaving to that side and you only have one guy remaining, it is essentially man for the outside cornerback. At least that's how a lot of teams do it. And so DeVonta, who is coming here on an out route, a little delayed out route, does a really good job here of playing with the angle on Fabian Monroe. So he's first going inside to force Fabian a little bit to the inside to make the gap to the outside bigger for Hurts to throw to. Then sinks his hips really well, a sharp cut to the outside, and presents a really good option there for Hurts to the outside. Let's just watch that without me pausing it all the way through. So notice you're going to have Greg Ward crossing. So it's essentially man, the deep guy here with Fabian inside. Beautiful cut. Bubble screen here outside position for DeVonta Smith. Does a really good job here blocking on the perimeter and stealing his guy off a little bit to the inside here and getting a first down for Quez. Very next play, another bubble screen for Quez Watkins, this time off coverage for DeVonta Smith. He seeks the contact well, so he initiates the contact at the 10-yard line. Does not get moved, actually moves the cornerback back a little bit. So much for that skinny size. And the Eagles get another first down. Outside running play here, DeVonta at the bottom, at the outside receiver position, comes up well, initiated contact with the slot cornerback, and gets him turned, seals him off to the inside, so Miles has a free gap to run here at the outside for some good yards. Outside run once again. This time we want to hit the inside of DeVonta Smith. So he's going to do a good job right here of sealing the cornerback to the outside this time. Really impressed by how he's able to turn the defenders in his blocks and have it the way that he wants it. So he creates a really good lane here for Miles Sanders along with Jason Kelsey. Cover 3 for the Falcons, and we have DeVonta Smith at the bottom running an in route. Does a good job here, selling a little bit to the outside here for the cornerback before he's cutting inside. Decent cut. Not the best he's made, but it doesn't matter because it's zone, so you don't have to be as sharp on your cuts. You just need to quickly get inside over the middle. So he would present an option. Had Hurts hold the ball longer, he'll be open there across the middle. It's a good fight in zone. So in coverage again for Falcons, and he's right here in tight formation, flex to the outside, and he's coming out here, presents himself well in the zone. So there's an option there in between the flat and the hook the curl defender. So you're playing cover two, and instead of having the extra guy in the three hole, they're sending pressure instead. So you got four underneath and then two deep. We have DeVonta Smith right here, and he's got a good job here of not doing any fancy stutter or jab step or anything like that. He's just going to go inside here. So if there was extra protection or Hurts got out of that, it would be an option across the middle. Man coverage once again. Smith lined up at the top here. It looks like he is supposed to go on a deep route here. Doesn't get the same lateral separation to begin with here. The cornerback is also lined a little bit more off, so it makes it easier for the cornerback. But it looks like Smith was supposed to just keep going here. But he does a good job here on the scramble drill. Hurts getting pressured to present himself as an option, cutting back for the ball right here, and is an option there. Of course, the ball is batted, so it doesn't become relevant. So here we have right before the half, we have the same concept as DeVonta scored on his first touchdown, and that is man coverage here, and you want to have a pick play from Greg Ward. The thing about this one is you have the DB outside shaded here, so there's two things that DeVonta does well by making one move here, and that is sort of like skip hop the first 5 yards here, skip skip skip. So what he wants to do here is clear this guy so that Ward is coming wide open across the middle. But also he's doing it because when you have a guy who is lined up outside shaded of you and you want to gain the outside leverage, one way of doing that is by seeking depth in the hopes that the cornerback's back paddle is going to be a little bit more linearly backwards instead of linear outside. And he actually accomplishes that because like just before he is breaking to the outside, he's even with the cornerback. And that leaves a lot of space for him to work with right here without having the cornerback's hands on him. So that is an opportunity to throw that ball right there. So just a little finesse detail there to point out. Cover two of the Falcons. DeVonta Smith right here. He's going to find a good spot in between the flat and the deep. Good cut here. No finesse cut. Like you don't have to make those sharp cuts when it's zone. He does that well, understands that well, and sees what he has. So that's a good route for him.